It's good old-fashioned apple pie.
Nice.
Can't get much more American than that.
Wow! Okay, so let's begin.
So what you do is you get your apple cutter if you've got one.
That's so cool.
Uy, bago yan, Mars.
Wala kaming
That's so cool. Oh my God.
And there you have your apple. It's all sliced up right there.
Kayo ba mga Mars, nakatry na kayo ng apple pie?
Ako syempre sa States. We live in the States, in California.
Okay.
After a while. So, apple pie, pag merong mga special events, like Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Always present yan yung apple pie.
Okay, so now you're putting cinnamon.
Putting a little cinnamon in there as well.
And butter.
Okay. Cinnamon, butter, and that's where you normally put the sugar in as well. I'm only going to do one apple. An apple pie typically takes from 6 to 10 apples, depending on how big the pie is. Standard pie, about 6 apples. We're going to do a deep dish pie that takes 10, and I've got those. I've got those here.
Sounds yummy.
So you cook these for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, you just want them to be sort of fork tender, not completely mushy or anything like that. And then you want to take them off the fire, and you want to let them sit and cool almost completely for about half an hour or so. Okay. So we can smell them a little bit, but we can move on to the next step so we don't burn anything down. This is the dough. This is the pie crust, which is made out of butter and flour and salt and a few other things. The recipe, I'm sure, will be available online. The thing with the dough is you want to kind of keep it cold, especially the butter. And one way to do that is to keep your flour in the freezer, put it in the freezer, and let it get really cold for a while. And that just helps keep everything cooler.
Right.
And then the tricky part is, I'm finding right now, is rolling it out.
Surprise.
This tends to move.
Okay, there you go. Wow.
So,
Neil and I
you can hold that, or if I can hold it, you can roll it out. Either way.
Kailangan ng kapit-bisig dyan, man.
Kailangan tulong-tulong.
It's a little bit cold, so it's a bit hard to roll out. And now I've also put a couple pieces of wax paper, one underneath and one on top, so that this will peel off easily. Okay, there we go. Let's try that.
There you go. Nagbe-bake ba kayo?
I do.
Ikaw, Be, ano binibake mo?
Well,
Cookies?
actually, like basic ones lang eh. Mga cookies,
Brownies.
cupcakes.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
There you go. Good.
All right. So then you've got your crust in there. Bring it up to the sides. This is where you can get really artistic if you want to, and you can make little wiggles and squiggles in it.
Twisty thing,
You can do the twisty thing in it, exactly.
Galing. Looks good.
Good job.
Now, since our apples have been sitting out for half an hour or so, and they're now cool, then you just dump them in.
Oh, saya.
There you go. So it's just sugar, butter, and cinnamon.
Sugar, butter, and cinnamon, a little bit of lemon juice.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Other people put in other spices if you want to throw in a little nutmeg, those sort of things. Now, normally, of course, we'd roll out another one.
And
put it on top. But since we had so much trouble with the first one, we'll skip that part.
Okay. So can you actually bake it just like that?
Yes, you could. You could also bake it just like that with no cover. If you wanted to do a crumble crust, you could mix some flour and sugar and butter to make it crispy or crackly.
Yum.
And
just put it on top. How long do you bake that for?
They bake for, you can kind of watch for it to be golden brown, etc. But around 20 to 30 minutes or so. Should do it. Again, depends on the heat of your oven, a few other things. So keep an eye on it the first couple times and know what it looks like when it's done. So it also helps to brush a little egg white on the top just before
make it shiny.
Makes it shiny, makes it nice and brown. Okay. And then when it's done,
I can't wait.
Oh, sorry, one more thing.
Oh, what's that?
One more little trick, especially if you're using a glass pie dish. Take a cookie sheet or a baking sheet, stick it in the oven and let it get hot, and put it on top of the hot baking dish, because then you'll get a better crust, crispier crust on the bottom.
Nice tip. Wow, we're learning a lot from you, Kurt.
You can thank my wife. She knows all these
Thank
things.
you. What's the name of your wife?
Jennifer.
Thank you. Seems like a master baker.
She's great.
Oh,
She's
wow,
a great
yum.
cook. And then we pull out the finished product.
It's not too hot.
No, it's just slightly warm.
Oh my God.
And there we have.
Whoa.
There we have an apple
And this is
pie.
the one Jennifer actually.
This is the one Jennifer actually made. You're right. She deserves all the credit. Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer. Look at that. That's beautiful.